Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bosnian and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be talking about DLC 5 and how I think the story is going to go in terms of new Easter eggs possibly being implemented into the new maps and whatnot. Whether or not we get new content in the remade maps is all up to Treyarch, and of course they know that we want new content, so it isn't hard to believe that they could implement say more weapons or new features or, even new Easter eggs. What is hard to believe, on the other hand, is the fact that there's going to be 8 new maps, apparently, and we've already seen enough evidence of this Zombies Chronicles DLC actually happening that it's kind of hard to say it wouldn't be happening. If there are new Easter eggs, what could they entail for the story and where could it head? Will the Easter eggs be remade as well, or will the maps have entirely new Easter eggs that give us more juicy storyline info? I think that Treyarch is going to give us new storyline content in Chronicles, and I think that I have an idea about what could be in store for us in the future. Of course, take anything I say as purely theoretical claims and not something that necessarily, will happen. This is just ultimately my take on it, and I wanted to share my idea today. So our characters are stuck in a loop now, and it all happened after the Revelations Easter egg, after we witnessed Dr. Monty send them into the Great War with the Apothicon creatures. Obviously they win and they hold up their staves declaring victory, but that isn't a good ending. They are stuck in an endless loop that they can never get out of. They'll end up fighting zombies for the rest of their eternal lives. Or will they? What we don't know is if Dr. Monty is evil or not, or if he is the Shadow Man based on some of the quotes in Revelations about them being the same exact person. Did he willingly send them somewhere knowing all too well what he was doing? I don't know. It seems like the more we find out about the storyline, the more questions we have that are just left unanswered. At the end of the day, we don't know if Dr. Monty is evil or not and if he had evil intentions, but I don't think that it matters in the end. I have a big question. In fact, I think it's one of the bigger questions about the storyline and Black Ops 3 Zombies in general. Why is the Mob of the Dead plane flying around all the maps, and why is it teleporting? Is it teleporting through time and space or something? I mean, I don't know. I think the plane stands for something, and it has a bigger meaning that we need to look into because it's one of the bigger question marks that still remain in the storyline. So, as we all know, Mob of the Dead was created to be essentially a metaphor for the entire storyline with our original characters. Sometime in the 1930s, Arlington made a plan for them to escape using random equipment they could find around the prison. Unfortunately, their plan failed and the other 3 prisoners ended up getting furious at Arlington and ended up killing him. After that, they were all executed in electric chairs. Somehow, after that, they ended up in an alternate dimension in Alcatraz, and they didn't remember how they died or what happened to them before they ended up in the zombie-infested prison. Since they couldn't recollect the events from before, they went along with Arlington's plan again. The characters end up being stuck in an endless loop every time they died, and it seemed to have been that way for a long time. Eventually, Arlington started remembering things after every loop, and they made maps and blueprints for themselves, and they painted the walls and stuff and whatnot, so that in the future they could eventually escape Alcatraz and get away from the undead. In the end, they realized that their plans always fail, and that the plane they construct always ends up crashing into the Golden Gate Bridge. Sal, Finn, and Billy end up realizing this, and then they kill Arlington again, which of course sends them back into the loop once more. Eventually, Arlington somehow manages to kill them instead, and he breaks the loop and gets away. After that, we assume that he remade the airplane and actually managed to fly over the bridge and off of the island. We don't know what happened to him afterwards, but we can assume that based on Black Ops 3, he's now traveling interdimensionally or something, because we always end up catching glimpses of the plane flying in the sky over the maps. Now, what if Arlington is still on that plane? I mean, planes don't pilot themselves, right? He must be the one on that plane, and what if he's observing everything that's going on with our 4 original characters? What if he knows what's going on because he's seen it multiple times? What if he ends up realizing that they are in the same situation that he was and ends up trying to help them? I think that's where Zombies Chronicles comes in. I think Arlington is going to try helping our characters in the remade maps somehow. How that's going to happen, I don't know, but I think that it's gotta happen one way or another. Again, this is just a theory, but I think it's the best theory that I have for the Mob of the Dead plane appearing in Black Ops 3 Zombies. And I mean, hey, I think it's very likely that Mob of the Dead is going to be one of the remade maps for Chronicles. I mean, it's one of those extremely popular maps, so it would make sense that they would, remake that map for Chronicles. So, I mean, it could all tie in with that remake, but who knows? Again, this is all assuming that the DLC is even real, but at this point, with all the evidence evidence that we've been given with the voice actors literally sharing videos of themselves recording new dialogue and someone literally purchasing the DLC in a store, I think it's safe to say that there's probably a 90% chance of it actually happening at this point. As for my theory, I don't know if anything is going to be coming out of it, but what I do believe is that we're going to be getting new Easter eggs in the 8 new remade maps we get. If it doesn't involve Arlington or somehow escaping the loop our characters are stuck in, well, I mean, oh well. I mean, it's just the prospect of getting new content in the future that's just, it's enough to get us excited. So, let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this theory. Do you think that Arlington could possibly be trying to help our characters in any way, shape, or form? Is he trying to stop the loop that they're stuck in, or, you know, what is going on? Just let me know down in the comment section below what you think about all of this. Remember to leave a rating, please subscribe, and have a wonderful day. See ya in the next one.